Do you have any idea that you are currently wearing your own financial failure? You wake up, you open your closet, and you put on a shirt or a jacket that was given to you by your uncle, your older brother, or your cousin. You think you are being frugal. You think you are saving money. I am here to tell you that you are being spiritually retarded. In the world of the hidden wisdom, a garment is not just fabric and thread. It is the secondary skin of the soul. It is a vessel that has spent hundreds of hours absorbing the energetic signature of the person who wore it before you. And when you accept used clothes from relatives, people whose mazal is currently stagnant, people who are struggling with debt, or people who have never broken through their own financial ceiling, you are literally zipping yourself into their poverty. You are becoming a spiritual twin to their lack, and then you wonder why your own career has hit a brick wall. I am Rabbi Boaz. For 40 years, I have studied the metaphysics of matter. I have lived in the archives of Jerusalem, decoding the laws that govern how klipot, negative spiritual shells, attach themselves to physical objects. My grandfather was a man who could touch a coat and tell you if the owner was a billionaire or a beggar. He understood that wealth is a frequency of the skin. If you wrap your body in the vibration of a relative's struggle, the source of all life will recognize you as a person of struggle. I am finished watching you sabotage your own bank account because you are too lazy to buy your own clothes. I am finished watching you act like a receiver of remnants when you were born to be a creator of capital. Today, I am going to expose the family trap. I am going to explain the spiritual physics of why used clothes from relatives are more dangerous than clothes from a stranger. I will show you how the lineage link makes the transfer of poverty 10 times faster, and exactly how you must sever the cord tonight if you want to see your income double in the next 90 days. This is not about fashion. This is about vessel integrity. Before we go any further, I need to know if you have the guts to be the one who breaks the cycle. Most people are slaves to the bloodline. They would rather stay broke with their family than be rich alone. If you are ready to reconstruct your mazal and stop being a walking advertisement for your relatives' failures, hit that like button right now. And I want you to go to the comments and type these 4 words. I break the link. Do it now. If you don't have the discipline to type those words, you are already too far gone. You are comfortable in your family's poverty loop, and you should go back to your thrift store life. Let's get one thing straight. My competitors, like Rabbi Morai or Rabbi Shion, will tell you about salt and vinegar. They give you the spiritual first aid. I am here to give you the surgical truth. You are currently being retarded with your identity. You think that by saving $50 on a used suit, you are getting ahead. You are not. You are buying a debt in the spiritual realm. In our tradition, the word for garment is bijed, but the word for treachery or betrayal is also bagad. Why? Because your clothes can betray your destiny. When a relative gives you their used clothes, they aren't just giving you fabric. They are giving you their financial history. If your brother gave you his old work shirts, and your brother is still working for a boss he hates, still complaining about the cost of gas, and still living paycheck to paycheck, then those shirts are engraved with the frequency of the slave. Every time you put that shirt on, your nervous system begins to mirror his limitations. You start making the same dumb decisions he makes. You start attracting the same bad luck he attracts. The sages of the Talmud teach that a person's mazal is affected by the things they touch and the things they wear. I had a student named Jacob. Jacob was a brilliant lawyer, but for 5 years he couldn't win a major case. He was always second best. He came to me in despair. I looked at him, and I saw he was wearing a very expensive-looking wool coat. I asked him, "Jacob, where did you get that coat?" He said, "My father-in-law gave it to me. He's a retired judge." It's a custom-made piece. I asked, "And how is your father-in-law's health and his finances?" He said, "Well, he's been bitter since he retired. He lost most of his savings in a bad real estate deal, and he spends all day arguing with the neighbors." I told him, "Jacob, you are literally wrapping yourself in the bitterness and the loss of a retired man. Every time you walk into a courtroom, you aren't walking in as a hungry, sharp lawyer. You are walking in as a retired, bitter man who lost his savings. The jury feels it. The judge feels it. The universe sees the coat, not the man." I made him perform the separation protocol. I told him to remove that coat and every other item given to him by that relative. Within 30 days, 1 month, Jacob won a settlement worth $2 million. He didn't change his strategy. He changed his frequency. He stopped borrowing poverty and started buying his own victory. If you are currently wearing hand-me-downs from people who are not where you want to be in life, you are infecting your own future. You are telling the master of the treasury, "I don't have the vision to clothe myself, so I will take the discarded skins of others." You need to understand the shared root problem. When you take clothes from a stranger, the energetic link is weak, but when you take clothes from a relative, you already share a bloodline frequency. The fabric acts as a bridge between your souls. Any blockage they have in their parnasa flows directly into yours through the blood garment connection. This is why you see entire families stay poor for 3 generations. It isn't bad luck. It is shared klipo. They keep passing their poverty skins down to the next generation, ensuring that no one ever has a clean vessel to hold new light. If you are the younger sibling who has lived your whole life in used clothes, you have likely never experienced your own true mazal. You have been living in a diluted version of someone else's life. You are being spiritually crowded by the failures of your ancestors. You must empty your closet tonight. You must stop the remnant cycle. Now listen to me, because this is where the dumb part of your brain will try to protect your lazy habits. You are sitting there thinking, "But Rabbi, it's just cotton. It's just wool. I washed it in the machine." You are being spiritually retarded. You think a little detergent can wash away 500 hours of financial terror that your uncle poured into the fibers of that jacket? You think a rinse cycle can delete the vibration of a wage slave that is currently woven into those threads? You need to understand the fabric memory secret. In the Kabbalah, we are taught that every physical material has a level of ratzon, a will or a capacity to hold information. Synthetic fibers like polyester are dead. They don't hold much charge, but they also don't allow your own light to breathe. They make you static. But natural fibers, cotton, linen, silk, and wool, are living receivers. They are like spiritual sponges. When your relative wears a wool sweater while they are sitting at their kitchen table, staring at a stack of unpaid bills, their cortisol and their anxiety are not just chemical, they are vocalizations in the spiritual realm. The wool absorbs the gray light of their despair. It becomes engraved with the frequency of, "I am not enough." When you put that sweater on, you are literally pressing their poverty blueprint against your own heart. You are performing a transfusion of lack. This is why in our tradition, the laws of shatnez, the prohibition of mixing wool and linen, are so strict. The sages understood that mixing frequencies in a single vessel creates chaos. But most of you are creating a chaos of lineage by mixing your new potential with your relative's old failures. You are trying to build a throne using the rotten wood of your family tree. It will never hold your weight. And let's discuss the 3 forbidden family phrases that most of you say when you accept these cursed gifts. These phrases are the legal signature on your poverty contract. The first forbidden phrase is, "It's just for now." I'll wear my cousin's old suit just for now until I can afford my own. When you say just for now, you are telling the angel of time that you are satisfied with a temporary identity. You are admitting that you do not yet possess the vessel to provide for yourself. The universe is a mirror. If you say, just for now, the universe responds by keeping you in a state of waiting. You will find that now lasts for 5 years. You will find that your breakthrough is always just around the corner. But you never quite turn the corner because you are still dressed in the waiting room uniform of your relative. A master of wealth never accepts temporary remnants. He would rather wear the same new shirt every day for a year than wear 7 remnant shirts that tell the universe he is a placeholder. The second forbidden phrase is, I'm saving a buck. You think you are being smart. You think you are hacking the system. You are being spiritually blind. Wealth is not about saving pennies. Wealth is about attracting value. When you justify wearing used family clothes by saying you are saving a buck, you are telling your subconscious mind, my value is so low that my primary strategy is to scavenge. You are tuning your brain to the frequency of the bottom feeder. You will start looking for bargains instead of investments. You will start looking for discounts instead of growth. A Jewish billionaire understands that cheap is the most expensive thing you can buy. If a used shirt from your brother costs you the vision to see a $100,000 deal, then that shirt cost you $100,000. You are being dumb with your accounting. The third forbidden phrase is, it's a blessing from the family. This is the most dangerous one because it disguises lack as piety. You take the old tattered rags of a relative who has never seen a day of financial peace, and you call it a blessing. You are insulting the master of the universe. The Creator's blessing is Shefa, overflow. It is new light. It is not used fabric. By calling their remnants a blessing, you are vibrating at the frequency of low expectations. You are telling the heavens, this is the level of provision I expect from my bloodline. And the angel of provision will look at your family tree, see the stagnation, and say, Amen. He will give you exactly the remnant life you labeled as a blessing. Listen to me. You are at a legal threshold in this video. You realize that your closet is currently a graveyard of other people's struggles. You realize that your skin has been absorbing the poverty DNA of your relatives for years. You want to shed the skin, but you don't know the steps of reconstruction. I told you before that I have a blueprint called the Mazal Reconstruction. If you are the kind of person who is satisfied with a free tip on YouTube, then you have already revealed your poverty mindset. You are greedy for wisdom, but stingy with your commitment. I am looking for the reconstructors. I am looking for the people who realize that their financial vessel is currently leaking through every pore of their skin. In the Mazal Reconstruction ebook, I don't give you nice stories. I give you the surgical codes. I show you the 7-day garment fast, the exact protocol to reset your physical frequency by wearing specific colors and materials to flush out the family poverty links. I reveal the midnight threshold decree, the specific phonetic words you must say over your closet to decommission every cursed object without having to throw them all away at once. I expose the 10 silent vultures, the habits in your bedroom that are literally scavenging your income while you sleep. Many of you are sleeping on used sheets from relatives. You are literally dreaming their debts. I give you the Ma'aser multiplication logic, how to distribute your giving so it acts as a legal binding contract that forces the universe to pay you back 100-fold. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. Stop being a consumer of content and start being an engineer of your destiny. If you want the results of the 1%, You must stop having the discount logic of the 99%. Now back to the fabric memory. Do you understand that in the Hebrew tradition, the high priest's garments were never passed down? They were retired or they were burned. Why? Because the anointing was specific to the person and the moment. You cannot borrow someone else's anointing, and you certainly should not borrow their judgment. Tonight, you are going to perform the skin audit. You are going to go to your closet. You are going to touch every piece of clothing that was given to you by a relative. I want you to close your eyes and ask, is this person where I want to be financially? If the answer is no, then that garment is a weight. It is an anchor keeping you in the harbor while the ocean of opportunity is calling you. I had a student named Sarah. Sarah was a talented designer, but she was hidden. No one would hire her. She lived in the used clothes of her older sisters, women who were settled in mediocre jobs and mediocre marriages. I told her, Sarah, you are zipped into their mediocrity. You are wearing the skin of the settled. You will never vibrate with the frequency of discovery while you are covered in their security. I made her perform the ritual of the new skin. She had to get rid of every family hand-me-down. She had to buy 3 new high-quality white shirts and wear them for 30 days. Within those 30 days, she was discovered by a national brand. Why? Because the gray residue of her sister's energy was gone. Her own light was finally visible to the market. Most of you are invisible to your fortune because you are camouflaged in your family's lack. You are a ghost of your uncle's debt. It is time to materialize your own mazal. Now, I know some of you are vibrating with anxiety right now. You are looking at your closet and realizing that 80% of your wardrobe was given to you by a relative who is currently drowning in credit card debt or sitting in a stagnant cubicle. You are thinking, Rabbi, I cannot just throw away my entire life. I have no money to buy a new one. Listen to me, you stiff-necked student. I told you that I am an architect, not a vandal. If a garment is of high quality, if it is an asset like a wool suit or a heavy coat, and you absolutely cannot replace it yet, there is a way to perform a spiritual solvent on the fabric. You must perform the salt wash ritual tonight. You are going to use the disinfectant of the heavens to dissolve the poverty sweat of your lineage. Step 1. The crystal reset. Take a large bowl of water and add 2 cups of pure sea salt. As I have taught you, salt is a frequency absorber. It shatters the clipo, those negative shells that are currently clinging to the threads of your clothes. You are going to take the cursed garment and soak it in this salt water for exactly 18 minutes. Why 18? Because 18 is the numerical value of chi, life. You are killing the relative's failure and infusing the fabric with a new life frequency. As you soak the garment, you must speak this decree out loud. I dissolve the link to relatives' names lack. I wash away the vibration of their debt. I am bleaching the spiritual DNA of this thread. This is no longer their skin. It is now my sanctuary. If you are too lazy to hand wash your remnants, then do not come crying to me when your income stagnates. You are harvesting exactly the level of care you provide to your own vessel. Step 2. The sun fire. After the salt soak, you must hang that garment in direct sunlight. The sun, Shemesh, is the physical representative of the infinite light. It burns away the residual gray frequencies that the salt loosened. You are forging a new financial skin for yourself. If you dry your clothes in a dark room or a dryer with old lint, you are just recirculating the filth. You must let the light verify your new vessel. Now, let us move to the 3 words of sovereignty that must replace the lineage link in your mind. If you continue to feel like a branch of a broken tree, you will always wither. You must realize that you are the root of a new dynasty. The first word of sovereignty is kadosh, holy set apart. Most of you are spiritually porous. You let everyone touch your energy. You let your family's poverty logic walk right into your mind. You are drowning in opinions because you lack the frequency of kadosh. Kadosh means exclusive. When you put on a new garment, even if it's just a new pair of socks, you must whisper the word kadosh. You are telling the universe, this vessel is reserved for my mazal. No relative's failure is permitted to enter here. You are building a spiritual fence around your own skin. If you cannot sanctify your own body, the universe will treat you like a public road that everyone walks on and leaves their trash on. The second word of sovereignty is malkut, kingdom authority. You must begin to label your body and your presence as malkut. This word represents the power to govern. When you wear your own clothes, clothes you worked for, clothes you chose with vision, you are projecting authority. The market is sensitive to this. People don't give millions to a person who looks like a receiver of remnants. They give millions to a king. When you speak from the state of malkut, you are telling the angel of favor that you are ready to rule your resources, not just survive them. Stop being dumb with your posture. Reconstruct your malkut tonight. The third word of sovereignty is HOD, splendor, radiance. The word Hod refers to the outer glow of the vessel. It is the aura of success. When you wear used family rags, your HOD is dimmed. You look gray to the spiritual world. You are camouflaged in the background. By decreeing Hod, you are polishing your projection. You are saying, I am a beacon of inflow. My presence attracts value because I recognize my own splendor. This word brightens your frequency so that high-value connections can actually see you in the crowded marketplace. Listen to me. We are reaching the moment of final reconstruction. You have been given the tactical schematic. You know why used family clothes are a Trojan horse for your bank account. You know how to redeem the assets you must keep. You have the 3 words of the crown. But I am going to be brutally honest with you. 95% of you are spiritual cowards. You will watch this video, you will feel a spark of truth, and then tomorrow morning, you will put on that old jacket your brother gave you because it's comfortable and free. You will choose the instant gratification of your lazy habits over the eternal weight of your own bloodline's wealth. You are addicted to the struggle, and that is why the Master of the Universe has kept the keys to the great treasury away from you. Why would he give you the gold of the kingdom when you are still dressed like a refugee of your own family's failures? For the 5%, the reconstructors, your journey is only beginning. I have spent my entire life decoding the systemic wealth architecture. I am talking about the Mazal reconstruction. This video was the external defense. The ebook is the central command. In the Mazal Reconstruction ebook, I do not play kindergarten games. I give you the elite frequencies. I show you the midnight garment seal, the exact phonetic code to speak over your laundry to wash out the generational curses of poverty that were passed down through your bloodline's remnants. I reveal the Maaser calculation secret, how to distribute your giving to specifically shatter the links to any relative who is currently acting as a spiritual weight on your income. I expose the 3 silent vultures in your bedroom geometry that are literally scavenging your energy while you sleep, making you too weak to build your own dynasty. I give you the alphabet of the throne, how to write your financial goals so they are legally binding in the upper treasuries. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. Stop being greedy for free information and stingy with your own education. The price of this book is a sieve. It is designed to keep the beggars away from me. I only want the masters. If you are the person who bargains with your own destiny, then you deserve the stagnation you are currently living in. You are being spiritually retarded if you continue to guess how your mazal works when the full blueprint is sitting right in front of you. Click the link. Get the book. Start the reconstruction tonight. Now, let us conclude with the sovereign decree. Tonight, you are going to look at your closet. You are going to identify the family Trojan horses. You are going to perform the salt wash for the things you keep. You are going to look at your reflection and say, I am no longer the remnant of my family. I am the first of my dynasty. The links are severed. My skin is clean. My mazal is my own. If you do these things, if you dress for the kingdom with the gevura of a king, the angel of provision will finally recognize your house. He will see that you are no longer a collector of curses. He will see that you are a sanctuary of light, and to the sanctuary the Master sends the infinite overflow. I am Rabbi Boaz. I have shown you the family trap. Now go and shed the skin. Subscribe if you are ready for the hard truth. Click the link if you are ready for the millions. Shalom.